The Supreme Court is currently considering a decision which, if approved, could undercut the protections of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. But what does this mean, and how is this affecting young black voters at Howard University? The African American Museum is a place that celebrates black culture and highlights the struggles of black people in this country. But there are those who say that under Trump's order, the future of museums and the telling of history as a whole is uncertain. For more, I'm Boris Turner, reporting for HU News Service. Protests like this have been seen before. 6 years ago, the killing of George Floyd sparked protests nationwide. Since then, new and continued methods of demonstration have emerged to combat what many are calling an authoritarian regime.
A lot of the infrastructure that was needed was built out during 2020. The rapid response networks, the court watching and cop watching programs, the DC Safety Squad. A lot of those things were set in stone during 2020 uprisings.
We have brought together over 50 Jewish organizations who don't normally work together because we work on a lot of different issues. And these attacks on immigrants, the rise of fascism, it's just no time for us to be divided. So we're building new coalitions and coming together in all new ways.
Frankie Sebron says you don't have to be on the front lines to be effective.
You can call your legislators, you can write letters, but everyone has to be civically engaged in this moment.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "By all means, keep moving forward." Malcolm X once said, "By any means necessary." Here in DC, advocacy groups are doing just that. For more, I'm Boris Turner, reporting for HU News Vision.
Speaking about them in a way that doesn't diminish them or their experience. These are people, and running away is an action, not who they are.
Marlene Cook says part of the reason missing black children aren't taken as seriously is because of the stigma that they have to combat. In 2025, data indicates that black children are 3 times more likely to go missing than white children, while facing significantly less media coverage.
So I would say that's probably a big one. Yeah, they're not able to share exactly what's going on with them. No one's defending there's just the message and the stigma, and that's all.
Numerous factors come into play when discussing missing black children. Whether they're classified as runaways or regarded as troubled, missing black children often don't get the same media attention as their white counterparts.
My family, or like the people in my life, they will automatically assume like somebody was just running away from their parents being fast, as they say in black culture, or like, just they weren't actually missing. And I think it's true what she said. Like most of the time, people automatically assume they just ran away from home because they wanted to be with somebody or something like that. And I think that's why it forces, or not forces, but like majority of the time, police, they don't take it seriously when it's time, and then it goes on for so long, and it gets to a point where it's too late to even report them as missing. So how do we combat these harmful systems? Marlene Cook isn't sure, but she'll keep fighting regardless. In Washington, D.C., I'm Boris Turner, HU News Vision. Two brothers, an alum and a current student, share their history at the same school.
Like Howard was this grand, beautiful place, and I wanted to experience that. I wanted to see what it was like to be around a large concentration of black people, while also like those black people are destined for greatness in whatever field.
Howard kind of expects you to be great. Like that's the standard. Like everybody knows, everybody expects that you are the best student at, like maybe you were the best black student at your UWI or whatever like that, but like everybody's like that, and your professors kind of hold you to that standard.
But how did they get here?
So we were brainwashed.
Growing up, I mean, Howard was just the only thing we really knew. Like it's what we grew up around, always going to homecomings, just hearing our parents' stories about like how they met and like they wanted their kids to also like matriculate through here and get those types of experiences.
And they've been married for 25 plus years now at this point. I think probably closer to 27 years. Probably. Our dad was transformed by Howard. and I think he wanted his offspring, no matter however they came out, men or women, he wanted to get them to Howard. And he was blessed with three boys, three smart boys. And they both made sure that we took care of business from jump, from birth. It was like, they're going to Howard, baby bison. Like, it was just ingrained that was what the deal was.
You may have noticed the third brother mentioned this entire time. Howard is more than a legacy. It's an anchor for these brothers. But these ain't just any brothers. These my brothers. I'm Boris Turner, reporting for HU News Vision.
We've been dealing with this for years and years and years. So I'm at the point where I can't let it get to me. I'm raising a young daughter, and I talk to her constantly about these things, and we do daily affirmations because you have to stay strong in the space that we're currently in.
If you know your history, then you realize the mistakes that was made and you know how to correct it.
Another thing that they like to say is like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Oh, slavery wasn't that bad. They don't tell how horrifying and how the damage that they've done emotionally, mentally, physically. It just makes it seem like, oh, it was nothing. It was a long time ago.
One, always listen to the weather report, even if you don't necessarily believe it all the time, and it's just a prediction. To pay attention to the signs that the weather might be changing, and just keep certain things on stock. Water, basic supplies, toilet paper, paper towels, and some canned foods, just in case.
I think the Republicans, like now, they're very much uneducated, and they praise white supremacy over everything else.
This is a strategic plan that starts at a municipal and state level. I have more Republicans in Congress. I have more control over what kind of fundings and things at a federal level. And it's a circular loop to keep that power. If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be working so hard to take it from you. Point blank and period.